Hello, everybody. Welcome to something new where I will tell you my thoughts and review about Scream 6, the new Scream movie that just came out a week ago, I think. But before I want to give my review real quick, I want to show you something cool I got. Scream 6 poster. Got it at the movie theater. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. That's awesome. Closer look. We got Ghostface. Knife. There's like Easter eggs in this too, where you can spot ghost faces. I don't know if you can see any of them, but it's pretty cool. Chill on the background. This looks pretty sick. Am I right? Look at that. This is a good place for that to hang out while I talk about the movie. So first, I'm gonna give my no spoiler review. I'm gonna give my no spoiler review. I'm gonna try to get that framed because it looks pretty cool. All right, so I wrote down notes and everything for like no spoiler part, and then for spoilers, so I can remember everything what happened in that movie. But obviously, we're gonna go with the no spoiler review for right now. So before I say anything, go watch the movie. Watch the movie, dude. Just watch the movie. Everything will make sense. So, Scream 6. Not gonna lie, the first time I watched it, I had no idea how I feel about it. I don't know, I didn't really like it when I first saw it, and then the second time I watched it, I appreciated it a lot more. It's a solid sequel to Scream 5, and it makes a lot of sense. The Ghostface motive makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. It's good. It's a good motive. It makes a lot of sense. And it's not stupid. But the ending confused me. I don't understand it. I don't know why. I just don't understand. It's weird. I don't know. It's very confusing. That's all I'm gonna say. Also in this movie, you'll understand why Cindy Prescott is not in this movie, which is sad. It's sad, but it's alright. It's alright because when you watch this movie, you'll know why she's not in it and why she doesn't need to be in this one. It'll make sense. And also, freaking Ghostface, man. This Ghostface is brutal. He does not care. This Ghostface is he's freaking crazy. I don't even know if that word covers it, dude. He's brutal. We'll just say that he's brutal. He's a brutal man. So Radio Silence is the people that helped, like, I think, direct this movie and also made it, and they did a pretty good job on Scream 5 and 6. And Scream 5, this is probably very controversial. Scream 5 is like one of my favorite Scream movies of all time. I really like that movie. It's a very solid sequel. Scream 5 is a really good sequel. And Scream 6, it's a solid sequel following up like Scream 5. It's pretty good. It makes sense. I like it. Also, I would like to point out that my dad somehow freaking guessed who Ghostface was while we were watching the movie. So thanks, Dad. I don't know how you figured that out. Congrats. I didn't. But still, the ending, the plot twist, got us. All right, we didn't see it coming. We're like, whoa, holy crap. You know what I mean? And also, one of the downsides of the movies is that the jump scares are predictable. They're very predictable. But other than that, overall, movie's pretty good. Recommend you watch it. And that's the end of my spoiler-free review. And now on to the spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie, go watch it, then come back, and then we'll talk about it together. Alright? Cool. Alright, welcome to the spoiler territory where I'll spoil the movie and talk about it, and whatever I liked about it, and what I didn't like about it. So, here we go. So the opening scene was very interesting. You get a phone call from this lady. Well, she gets a phone call, like she's in a restaurant, she gets a phone call from the dude, only to find out, that he was Ghostface. She didn't know. Went to a dark alley, Ghostface pops up, kills her, and then right when he slices her, we didn't cut to a title card. That was confusing, and it was different. And then he takes off his mask. So we got to see who the Ghostface killer was, and it was the dude that freaking plays Flash from Spider-Man. the freaking bully in Tom Holland's Spider-Man. He was Ghostface in that one. So in my head, I'm like, oh, okay, so this is an intro to a stab movie. I thought we're watching like a stab movie, and then it'll cut to people watching that, and then that'll be like the opening scene. I was wrong. This is real. Found out it was real when he took off his mask, his costume, and he was just walking to this freaking college campus, and this dude freaking walked past Jenna Ortega, aka Tara, her character, and it confirmed that all that crap was real. So I'm like, what? All that didn't matter, because then he gets a call from the Ghostface, from another Ghostface. Turns out him and his friend, college buddies, were trying to finish the film that Richie and Amber were trying to do in Scream 5, but did not work so well, because this dude opens his fridge, sees his friend dead in there, turns around, boom, the other Ghostface is there, and this time he has that old mask, and just straight up stabs this dude in the gut, like, I think 15 times. His guts were literally about to, like, fall out. This Ghostface is brutal. And then it cuts to the title card when he just kills him. And that's pretty cool. And also in this movie, I'm not a fan of Tara and Chad's relationship. I don't know why they had to be together. And this takes place like a year apart, I believe. I think they mentioned that this whole place takes place like a year after Scream 5. And Chad's girlfriend died in Scream 5. So a whole year later, he got over it. And then he wanted to be with Tara, and Tara wanted to be with him, and it was weird. I don't know why. And then freaking Sam, she freaking has a boyfriend named David, and I feel like he's only in the movie to be a very suspicious character, because that's all he did in this movie. To me, he was just a very suspicious character, and that's it. He was just very suspicious throughout the whole movie, and weird. That's all I got. Later on in the movie, Sam and Tara and like her friends are at like her apartment. The news breaks out. Her college friends died, or the people that were in her like classes died, which were the other Ghostfaces that were murdered by the real Ghostface. We meet her friend, Quinn. Quinn is she likes to sleep with guys. We'll just say that. Then there's Ethan, and he's like the shy nerdy guy. That's new. And then we get Mindy's girlfriend. I don't remember her name, so I apologize. So they're all watching the news, and Quinn's father is a police officer, and he's a very important character in this movie. Quinn calls her father because I think Tara told her to make sure like this whole thing is like good, you know, to make sure that this Ghostface isn't after them, that this was just a coincidence. Turns out it was, because the Ghostface left Sam's ID at the crime scene. So, you know, they had to bring him down to question him. Like, where were you that night? You murdered these people? No? Alright, you're good. And then we meet Kirby, and she works for the FBI. And that's pretty sick. Yeah, so they meet Kirby, and then, you know, Sam somehow knows her. Maybe she saw like the YouTube video of Kirby somehow surviving her attack from Scream, I think 4. I think it's 4. Yeah, Scream 4. The detective Wayne Bailey. I'll just call him Detective Wayne, like Bruce Wayne. Let's just do that. So Detective Wayne tells Sam and Tara that they can't skip town because they're prime suspects of this, you know, crime that just happened, because Ghostface left Sam's freaking bloody ID there. Don't know how he got her ID, but he got it and just planted it at the crime scene after he murdered those 2 people. And then I think what happens next, I'm not sure. Sam gets a very unexpected call from Richie. Freaking blew everybody's mind. Sam says, I never deleted his number. Answers it. It's freaking Ghostface. And then freaking Ghostface just pops out of nowhere and tries to kill them. They run, and dude, this Ghostface, he does not care if you're out in public. He will murder people out in public. That's exactly what he did. Samatara runs into the freaking gas station. You know what he freaking did? Walks up to the dude and goes, just stabs him, and then stabs another guy, killing both men. And then the cashier has a shotgun, did the stupidest thing in the movie, said, hey. He said, hey, and Ghostface turned around and was like, oh, and dodges the bullet. And then goes and sneaks around, kills him, and then kills the dude with the shotgun. So Ghostface now has a gun because of this man. Because all this dude said was, hey. If he didn't say that, he would have shot Ghostface. It would be the end of him. But no, he had to be dumb. Samatara managed to escape by pushing a shelf on him, and then he disappeared. He did the old vanish trick, so that's cool. Ghostface could still do that. And he also left his mask behind. And also, the masks are like counting down to something. I forgot what order they leave the masks in. And then after all that chaos happened, all the friends decided to hold a friend group meeting where they will talk about, you know, the stereotypes and the rules of this new sequel to a requel thing. So we're introduced to the group again. We already know Sam, Tara, Mindy, and Chad. We already know them. They're introducing us to the new characters. Mindy's girlfriend, who I still don't know the name of, but Mindy's point was do not trust the love interest, and also don't trust the geeky shy guy who is Ethan in their friend group. And then the other person is the woman who sleeps with everybody, which is a stereotype in like horror movies. We all know that. They also says, well, if you're accusing us, we're gonna accuse you too, because you could be the killer too, because like, you know, the trauma or whatever you surviving, you know, killing a ghost face, you might make you bloodthirsty. They all made points, and then boom, they just didn't trust each other from then on, I believe. And then in the apartment, Sam admits she was sleeping with David, her neighbor. That's her boyfriend now. He's the guy that is only there to look suspicious. He sees Ghostface across in their apartment in Quinn's room. Then they all get a group text chat from Ghostface or David. I don't know who it was. It's maybe Ghostface, I assume. And then showing a picture of him attacking Quinn. Now go over there. Ghostface throws Quinn's body out. Freaking Ghostface slashes Mindy's arm. Mindy's alright, because it's just a slash right there. Not so much for her girlfriend, because she gets stabbed in the gut and he raises the knife up. So she's bleeding out a lot. But they fight back. They try to escape. David gives him a ladder to go across the freaking thing. Climb across to go to his apartment from window to window. That scene freaking... It was making me mad at freaking Wendy and Sam, because they were like slowly crawling on the ladder to get across. I'm like, dude, just hurry up so you can save everybody. Her girlfriend, sadly, was not gonna make it. Halfway there, Ghostface makes it into the room that they barricaded. Ghostface just tips the freaking ladder. Her girlfriend falls. Her face smacks the trash can. Face just all squashed. It is bloody. It was gross, but I loved it. And after that, Ethan suspiciously shows up. Chad immediately accuses him, saying, hey, where have you been? He says he's been like somewhere with like 100 people. I forgot where, like some place doing homework, I assume. Mindy puts him on the top of her suspect list. Gail and Kirby show up. Gail tells him, like, yo, I think I found the lair of Ghostface. You want to follow me? Officer freaking Wayne discovers his daughter's dead body up there. He's all sad about it, but you know, he goes with them to Ghostface's secret lair. That's where you see in the trailer the shrine of all the Ghostfaces. Has a bunch of Easter eggs from all the movies, all the Ghostface movies. A drawing of Dewey, where he's dead. That sucks. There's one of Sydney. I don't know if there's one of Gail. I didn't see that. So then they all thought up a plan. Like, you know what? We can use this Ghostface shrine, you know, against him. We can trap him here and then we can kill him. And everyone's like, yeah, bet. Ghostface knew their plan. He somehow knew their plan. And everyone's like, what? How does he know? Ghostface was showing up. Gail was running a lot. She was dodging, throwing stuff. This dude freaking tripped on something, I don't know, but that was stupid. Gail fought back pretty good. And then she did the dumbest thing after, like, I think tossing Ghostface. I don't know if he got tossed or he just decided to do a front flip, like through a table or something, a glass table or something. And then Ghostface was just laying there, knife freaking in his hand still. Gail gets up. Instead of going for the gun that she found in her closet, shooting him away, she freaking instead goes for the knife. And that's when Ghostface grabs a piece of broken glass and stabs her in the stomach. That is the #1 dumb moment for Gail. But Sam and Tara make it there in time, saves her, and somehow Gail lives, so that's nice. And then we'll cut to the train scene, I think. This is where they're all making their way over there. I think this took like a day to prep, and they're all going over there. This is the train scene. Mindy and Ethan get separated from the group from the train. They missed the first train, so they both get on the second train. This one I like because they were doing very suspenseful stuff because there was a bunch of people dressed as ghost faces in the train. So you didn't know which train like had the real ghost face. Turned out it was the one where Mindy and Ethan was on. Ghostface just walks right up to her like when the lights go up and then it goes back on. He appears in front of her and stabs her in the stomach like I think twice. Dude, I thought she was dead, but she lived. Then Ethan sees her, he's like, oh crap, it's Mindy, she's injured. Picks her up and drags her outside, asks for help, you know. Mindy was upset, she's like, dang, I thought you were the killer, I can't believe I got it wrong. Then we cut to the final act of the movie. So in the final act of the movie, we get to see everybody there except for, you know, the cop, Ethan, and Mindy. And the people that are dead. Sam leaves her boyfriend behind because, you know, the love interest is usually the villain. So that she says, all right, I'm gonna need you to stay behind. I can't trust anybody. And he says, oh, okay, yeah, I understand. Good luck. So, and then he was gone. Yeah, and then Sam was hallucinating again of her father, Billy Loomis, telling her to arm herself, like, get ready to kill more people, like, you ready? Hyping her up, and she's like, yeah, all right, hype man. I'll get a knife. Let me grab your knife that's in this case. And he says, that's a good weapon. Perfect. And Sam gets a call from Officer Wayne saying, like, you guys got to get out of there. The killer's freaking Kirby. The FBI fired her for being unstable. She doesn't work for them anymore. You got to get out of there. And then Sam freaks out, like, oh my god, I got to get Tara and Chad out of here. I got to go. She runs over there. Tara and Chad having their moment. Tara gets stabbed by Ghostface out of nowhere. Sam comes in. Chad and Sam beating up Ghostface. Then they all got him. It's 3 against 1. They're jumping him. And then when Chad picks up a thing to fish him off, boom, a second Ghostface shows up, stabbing him. And then both Ghostfaces get up and just stab this dude like 10 times, I think, each. So I think he got stabbed 20 times. This dude, or maybe 15 times, I don't know. This dude got stabbed a lot. It was insane. And then the coolest part of the movie was after the Ghostface stabbed him, they both got up, like, turn around at Sam and Tara, and both went with their knife at the same time. That part of the movie was really cool, and I really liked that. Then Sam and Tara run in the middle of the theater. Kirby comes out of the curtains, the bloody head. She said, one of them knocked me out. Like, are you guys all right? And they said, no, we know it's you. And she's like, what? What are you guys talking about? Then the Officer Wayne shows up. He says, don't trust her. She's the killer. Did you kill my daughter? She's like, what are you talking about? No. He's like, whatever he's telling you guys, don't believe him. Then Ghostface shows up behind Officer Wayne, like, running at him with the knife, gonna stab him. Kirby says, look out. Officer Wayne shoots Kirby twice. And then Ghostface just stops moving. And Officer Wayne said, good job. That's freaking right. Officer Wayne is one of the killers. And my dad freaking called it. He said, I bet it's the officer. I bet he's the killer. I'm like, what are you talking about? He was right. Then the ghost faces reveal themselves. The first ghost face that took off their mask. Freaking Ethan, the freaking shy nerdy kid that Mindy said, you know, you couldn't trust. She was right. And then the second ghost face unmasked themselves. Dude, what a plot twist this one is. Because it was freaking Quentin. Faked her death And she said it was the best way to get off the suspect list. And boy, was she right. You find out that those are his kids. Quinn and Ethan is the officer's kids. And in this movie, dude, I think this is the first time there are 3 killers in a Ghostface movie. Which blew my mind. And then the officer's like, alright, this is what we've been counting to, Sam. I want you to wear this mask. You know, let the whole world know that you're a killer. That is not the only plot twist, ladies and gentlemen. You're ready to buckle your seatbelts. You're ready for this holy bejeebus stuff? You ready for this crap? Turns out, he wants revenge on Sam. He's like, you will pay for what you did. They're like, yeah, you will pay for what you did to us. And Sam was so confused, like, what are you guys talking about? You guys on crack? The officer was like, you'll pay for killing my son. His son is Richie, Sam's boyfriend in Scream 5, who was the killer, who was Ghostface. So, in this movie, it's Richie's dad, brother, and sister who are the killers, trying to get revenge for him, like against Sam. And it makes sense. That's perfect. It's a good reveal, and I like it. And he built that whole shrine of all the ghost faces for his son. He got all the evidence like that was in the locker of all those ghost faces for his son to build this like shrine for him. And he also wants Sam to admit that she's a killer, like her father. And that's why he wants her to wear the mask. And I think he's gonna like kill her and frame her for being like the murderer of all those kids and everything. For everybody like they've murdered. I think that's his motive. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Sam freaking had a really cool moment where she says, oh yeah, well your son died like a coward. He's like, no, he's not. He's a strong boy. Like, nope, he's a loser. And then freaking Quinn's like, oh really? Like, and then runs at her. Freaking Sam had a brick in her hand, turns around, smacks Quinn in the face with it, and it just broke. Like, freaking Quinn's teeth like fell out, dude. It was bloody. Like, Kirby gets up, starts shooting at them, and then everybody's running away. Sam and Tara find an exit like up on a roof somewhere. So they're like, all right, we gotta climb up here and like get to that exit. Kirby gets stabbed by Ethan. Then Sam saves her, hits him, and then does a really funny line saying like, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna need this. And then takes the knife out of her stomach. And then they both go climb the thing to escape. And then Officer Wayne shows up, shoots at him. Tara almost falls. That's where you see in the trailer where like Tara, it's one of those. I'm gonna call her Tara right now. Tara almost falls. Quinn shows up at the top where Sam is, walking slowly to her with a knife with their bloody smile. That looks cool. And then Ethan Wayne at the bottom of Tara, waiting to stab her with a knife. Tara says, all right, you gotta let me go. I'm like, trust me, you gotta let me go. Sam said no. Like, trust me, you gotta let me go. Looks at her knife. She's like, oh, okay, cool. Gives Tara the knife. Let's go. Tara drops down. Ethan stabs Tara in the stomach, and this is one of the cool parts of the movie. Freaking Tara stabs Ethan in the mouth with the knife and twists it. It was really awesome. And then freaking Quinn was shocked. She's like, what? And then freaking Tara has a gun. I forgot where she got that gun. I don't know where she got it from. Freaking shoots Quinn right in the head in front of freaking Officer Wayne, where he was shocked. And then this was a dumb part of the movie right here that confused me. Tara was like right here. Officer Wayne was like right here, pretty far. She runs at him, and he has a gun, by the way. Her gun ran out of bullets. She's like, oh well, I'm gonna use my knife and charge at him. Runs at him, hits him, and they both like fell off onto the ground. And he didn't shoot his gun until she went boom, and his hand went up and shot the ceiling. He could have just gone boom, and she would have died. And then he would have killed Tara. He could have done that, but he didn't. That's a movie flaw, but we're gonna ignore it. He wakes up, he gets a phone call, he answers it. It's Ghostface on the other side. But it's freaking Sam using the Ghostface voice changer on him. And he's moving around. He's like, oh, so you're gonna finally embrace being the killer? Like your father, you finally embrace yourself, your birthright? And then Sam's like, yeah, I guess I am, or whatever. And then she shows up behind him wearing the Ghostface outfit, Billy Loomis's Ghostface outfit. She stabs this dude at least like 20 times, I think. She did not hold back. She was just stabbing him, and then stops, and then takes the mask off. Then Tara just walks in like, bro, you good? And this dude was still bleeding out, proving him right that he thinks that she's a killer. But she's like, well, you did mess with my family or whatever, and stabbed him in the eye, dude. That was cool. I like that. After all that chaos happened on the outside, freaking Chad is alive. This dude got stabbed 15 times, I believe. I didn't count how many times he got stabbed. But this dude freaking survived so many stab wounds. He just got stabbed by 2 ghost faces who were just stabbing him repeatedly everywhere, and he lived. And that didn't make sense to me at all. So I'm assuming he is the new Officer Dewey who survived stab wounds. And then we get near the end of the movie, where Sam looks at she has Billy Loomis's Ghostface mask, staring at it hardcore. There's like blood on it from her stabbing the officer. Tara just says like, hey, you coming? Like, we're leaving. And she goes, yeah. Then literally drops Billy Loomis's Ghostface mask in the middle of the street by a bunch of police officers and paramedics at the crime scene. At the crime scene. I don't know why she left that there, because she wore that in the Ghostface outfit to kill the officer. I don't know. So I think she embraced being a killer, I guess. I guess she's part of a killer now. I don't know, it confused me, but if you guys can clarify for me, that would be very much appreciated. Thank you. But yeah, that has been the Scream 6 movie review, spoilers and non-spoilers. So yeah, hope you all enjoy. This has been an experiment video. If you guys like it and want to see more of this, please let me know, and I'll be happy to do so. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Hope you all enjoyed. Like, sub, comment, all the good stuff, and I'll see you all later. Peace.